Hello, once again, this is Peter Ripley of the Ripley Report. I apologize for my absence last week in doing a video commentary. I was rather ill, and because of that, I could not really effectively do a good video commentary for you on last week because of the illness I was afflicted with. I had the shingles, and so anyway, and see me on the mend a little bit. But anyway, this week I decided to try to do another video commentary for y'all, and particularly on one recent story that popped up and during in the Peninsula Daily News article this morning, Friday, regarding the charge made by the Port of Call publisher Dale Wilson, alleging that Sherry Kidd perjured herself during a ethics board committee testimony, and that's all on the website, on the news blog. My question is, he is making his argument based on a video did on one of these devices, an iPhone, which is an iPhone device. Now, these iPhone devices are good for up close shots of people, interviews, and maybe if you're lucky, you get in front of a meeting close enough to get a good shot. The video quality of the video I saw taken from the iPhone was sit way in the back of the room, and the lighting was darkened, and you couldn't really tell what was going in the front of the room because the person who was filming the action was sitting in the back. Well, these devices are not really meant for long distance video, so I don't know how Dale Wilson can make an argument that Kidd was perjuring herself. I can't understand it unless there's another video out there floating around with the proof is in the pudding, as it were, of Kidd perjuring herself. So I can't see that. Now, a second story, the main story in this week's beginning page of the Port Angeles Digest, it deals with the recent ethics complaint filed by Marie Wiggins, wife of former City Council Mayor Glenn Wiggins. She is complaining because of those who stayed after the meeting, fielding questions and comments from those who were there, from the audience, and the February 2nd meeting, continuing on with the meeting, hearing testimony of all the anti-fluoride folks there after the meeting was adjourned. And I have to question the timing of all this. As you can see, as you probably noticed 2 weeks ago prior, Wiggins was there to give testimony in favor of Kidd during the last city council meeting, 2 weeks prior, and saying that Kidd should not be admonished for her actions. And then 2 weeks later, this last city council meeting, she comes up and files a complaint against Witham, Collins, Burke, and Meredith. And Meredith, Burke, and Witham voted against fluoride. Collins voted for fluoride. So apparently, this is a catch-22 scenario. It's dang if you do, dang if you don't kind of thing. Should they have left with the other council members, or should they have just stayed? And it's like, and then you have to wonder, is this also a tit for tat kind of thing? That something that that kid is facing admonishment, public admonishment, and folks out there don't like that idea, and so of course they're going to retaliate. There's this retaliatory maneuver. I just question the timing of this. It's really, really, really way too convenient to be coincidental. Unless those questions are addressed, and that should be addressed. Is this just a tit for tat maneuver? I can understand someone sticking up for their friend, and that's fine. But file a complaint long after the long after all these other complaints were filed, and it just I mean, the whole thing to me just smells bad. So anyway, and I got several good headlines in today's edition of the Ripley Report. And tomorrow I'll do another Ripley Report, another Pony Angeles Digest report, giving you the what's going on, what's going to come up next for next week. We got it's this report. Today's report's chock full with news and information from various news sources for you to peruse, and I hope that you get something out of it. Anyway, hope to see you all next time.